Why men become players. Let's dive into this topic. Let's start out with the nice guy syndrome. The guy that never gets the girl, the guy that always gets used, that always gets the run around, and boom, becomes a player. Why? Well, two things. If you're just not automatically gifted with women, it takes a long time to learn women. It takes some dedication, it takes some heartbreak, and it takes some years. That's just the truth. I don't make the rules, I just play the game. So, when that guy that gets used and abused by women finally gets tired and says he's had enough, he really starts to see what works. He looks at his friends who are players. He looks at his friends that get a lot of chicks, and he sees that they don't really give a shit, that they just are here for a good time, not a long time. And so he starts running things through his head. And he starts to see that, okay, once you start taking chicks really seriously, that's when things start going to the wayside. And that's even if that guy is halfway decent, halfway in shape. If he's not, then he's got a long way to go even with that. But let's just say he's in decent shape. He takes care of himself. He can talk with women. He's got confidence, at least a little bit of aura. He starts to see, man, if I have one chick, why can't I have two? And usually if you have one, that means you can get another one. And then that social proof situation comes in where if you're with one chick and another hot chick sees you with her, she starts to ask herself and say, man, there must be something about that guy, obviously, right? That's what they ask themselves. They'll never tell you this. Women will never say this to you, but you have to watch what they do. Don't listen to what they say. Back to that again. So, once you become that better version of yourself and you start to ask yourself, okay, I'm tired of being used, I'm tired of being abused, and I'm tired of being single, and I want to get chicks. Well, you're at least asking the right question. Now you got to ask it to the right men, because you don't ask women how to get other women. You just don't. You ask men. Right? So, you start hanging around with those guys and they start showing you things and you start seeing things on your own. And then boom, everything starts to click. You start getting chicks, seeing chicks, going on different dates, doing different things with, different kind of women and this and that. Your standards start to rise because you can get better chicks, and then boom, in comes a woman from your past that wants to be with you. Now, I don't recommend doing that. I'm like, there's a lot out here, so why? But that's every man's choice. They have the ability to make that choice, and that's up to them. But that player lifestyle is definitely time-consuming. Women can definitely be time-consuming. They take a lot of time. They need a lot of attention. Going out on dates, doing this, doing that. Even just chilling at the house or something, It takes a lot of time. If you don't have a lot of time on your hands, you're going to start to see that. Man, women do take a lot of time. But especially when you're a younger man and you don't get chicks, and then you become a little bit older and you start getting chicks, shoot. Wait till you're in your 30s, or mid-30s, then you're really going to start to say, the possibilities are like endless, because you're going to be getting chicks from like 20 to 29, and even older, the older ones. I mean, me personally, I'll stick to the chicks in their 20s. I don't want to venture too far ahead of myself and get older ones because I don't have to. But once you become more valuable, you start to see that the pages to the book start to flip, and those same women that were around your age, they get a little bit older, they get a little wiser, and then they start coming around, and then I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go for the younger chicks. That's why I don't even like dealing with chicks in their 30s. They got more baggage, divorces, more boyfriends, more jaded, kids, all that. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm not doing that. That's my personal preference. Everybody's got their own, like I said, but I'm not doing that. And there's no need to. There's too many women out here in the world to be doing all that. Now, I'm not saying you can't have a good time with them, but I'm not going to take them serious. There ain't no way. So, but once you become more valuable and other women start to see that, then other women start to see that. But if you weren't, growing up with those type of talents, then it takes a little while to see, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. Once you get to the point where you've dealt with enough women, you're like, this might not even be worth it. Like, is it even worth my time? You start asking yourself that. Like me, I'm in my mid-30s, and I just ask myself, is this experience even going to be worth my time? And most of the time, I'm like, no, I can do better things. I can go to the gym. I can, record a video and, do some reading, hang out with the family or friends. Like, there's other things I can do that are worth more of my time than that. But that's a choice, each and every man has to make for themselves and go from there. But when you're young and you don't get any chicks, you're already living in that scarcity mindset. So how the hell are you gonna know that it's not worth it? You're not until you get a few and navigate the world from there. But usually it is women that drive us to become players, because we've been trying to do the things that everybody in society has taught us to do. Be a nice guy, be a sweet guy, don't be an asshole, don't be a dick. But then you're like, well, none of this shit fucking works. So why am I doing this shit? And you're like, no, if I just play it casual and hang out and I'm only here for a good time, not a long time, dude, that works out way better. Plus, you ain't getting all heartbroken. You ain't getting all tormented by some chick or worrying about if she likes you or not. No. Now, I will say this, you might get tired of that player lifestyle as well. Like, that might just get old to you, and then you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna chill. Or you get on the other side of that and you're like, man, I just want a steady, good chick. Now, that's gonna be a lot harder to find than the other ones. A good, steady chick to, kind of take more serious and have, a better relationship with is going to be a lot harder to find, especially depending on where you're going. Because if you're going out to the bars or going out to clubs or something like that, dude, good luck. You ain't finding none of that there. I'm not saying that those women aren't out there, but you're not going to find them at those places. So don't even try. Don't waste the time. And don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you, that's not... Walk down that path and, see for yourself. But I'm just saying. So, yeah. Most guys I know, they're just either chilling or they want a chick, more of a steady kind of chick now, because they've lived that player lifestyle, they've done all that, and they're just like, yeah, a good chick would be cool to have, but they're not gonna settle for something that's, been around the world and done all this crap out here. They're not gonna do that either. So they're looking. And they're watching, and trust me, us as men, we watch you women, definitely. We're always watching to see what you guys do. But we just don't take anybody seriously, especially a man that has some freaking standards for himself. You're just not going to get with anybody. So yeah, like I said, most guys I know are either just chilling, they're not worried about it, or they're trying to find something a little more serious, but which takes time, or... Some guys have girlfriends that are pretty serious or are married now, so it's cool. It just depends on what you want to do as a man. But first and foremost, I don't think you should really even be worrying about your chicks until you got your shit in your life set up, because what's the point? Get your life together, attract, don't chase, stuff like that. It's always better with those kind of options, because at least they're into you and you're not going to be running around like a freaking buffoon. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I talk about topics like this I'll see you on the next video.